Hello ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're well. I think we are coming out of the worst of this crisis that's been around for the last few months, and I'm going to take some time over the next few weeks to be reviewing some of the books that I've been using over the course of this academic year. Okay, so today I thought it would be interesting to start with a book that I've used only this year. It's a new book for me, and it's this, which is the Business Benchmark. And this is a B2 level book from Cambridge University Press, and it's designed to help students study for the BEC, which is the Business English Certificate. All right. So who would this book be for? Well, really, as it's a business course, it's going to be for business people. So I made a little list here. Sales, finance, human resources, management. Okay, any of these business sectors, any aspect of business. If you are studying to go to university and study business, or if you're looking to improve your job prospects, then this course would be fantastic for you. Okay. Today I'm just looking at this book, the B2 level book called Benchmark, but there are also books available at B1 level and C1 level, so intermediate and advanced as well. If you're a teacher looking at this as a possible material, I would strongly suggest, although it's not a necessity, but I would suggest that this book would be suited to teachers who have experience in a corporate or business environment. Okay, so if you've never worked in an office, if you've never really worked in a private business, this might be a little bit alien to you. You probably need to take some time to read the book yourself, go through it, and learn a lot of the vocabulary. You're really going to have an advantage if you've worked before in an office environment. So without any further ado, I'm going to push on. We're going to look at the pros and the cons of this book, and then hopefully you'll be in a position where you can make a decision about whether you want to buy it or not. Okay, stay tuned guys. And I'd just like to apologise for the noise, ladies and gentlemen. If I wait for complete silence to do these videos, then I will never start. So between screaming children and roadworks and construction going on outside, if I wait for the right ambient atmosphere to do a video, I will never actually begin one. So I do apologise if you hear any background noise. It's kind of out of my control. So let's look at the pros of this book. Okay, it's a Cambridge book. It's from Cambridge University Press. That's probably like one of the key points. It's really good. These guys, they don't make bad quality products. They're not the cheapest in the world, but you know what you're getting. You're getting a really good quality book made by professionals. So that's kind of the first thing as a little disclaimer. Also, let me just say that I'm not getting paid for this. I don't get any commission from any sales. I have no affiliation with Cambridge University Press currently. I always say this when I do reviews. If they want to pay me, I will happily take the money. But as things stand, as I make this video, I have no affiliation with them. So I'm not biased in any way. Let's check the pros. Okay, now the first thing I noticed about this book was the writing. A lot of books kind of skirt around writing. They don't really pay much attention to it. Here, they really do focus a lot on improving your written skills. So things like memos, emails, reports, a lot of the units are based around these documents, and there's a lot of practice for producing written work. And I really like that. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but for me, in the context of this book, or in a business context, you're not writing massive essays. You're not writing 500 1,000 word essays. You're writing short emails requesting information. You're writing short emails giving information, creating reports which are a little bit longer, but they are still relevant for this type of course, obviously. And yeah, it's all very relevant, to the point, and quite short. All right, so the writing for me is really, really good. There's tons of reference material in the book to help you, loads of phrases and language. And yeah, I think it's a really good part of this book. You will definitely improve your writing skills. In addition, the topics that are studied in this book, it's a topic-based book, effectively. Okay, so each unit will give you a different aspect of business to look at. There's 24 units. Okay, so you're going to get a lot of exposure to different topics and materials. I'll quickly just look at some here. So you've got staff development and training would be one unit, breaking into the market, launching a product, persuasive language, being persuasive. There's another one, social media and business, which is obviously quite a modern addition to the courses, business travel, business meetings, etc. Okay, so there's a ton of stuff in this book, and I think all of it is relevant. There's no kind of units which are filling up space. 24 units of really good material covering all aspects of business, which I think will help you a lot. In addition to this, it's not too grammar heavy. Now, I'm always suspicious when books avoid grammar, because I think you need grammar as the foundation for your language. This book, as you can see, it starts at B1 level, or this course rather, starts at B1 level and goes up to C1 level. And this is the B2 book. So it expects you to have a fundamental knowledge of grammar. So it doesn't teach you the really basic things. Okay, so you're not going to be learning present simple and present continuous and these kind of things which are presented in general English books. So you are expected to have a respectable level of grammar before you start with a business course. Having said that, there is grammar included in the course, but it's presented in a slightly different way. Instead of just doing exercises, you're given language that you would use, and then you'll have to use that language to interpret graphs, interpret charts, respond to emails. It's a much more practical application of grammar, and there are some exercises as well. Okay, so I think that's a really good adaptation of the usual formula. When you do a general English course, sometimes it can be a little grammar heavy, and it's necessary, especially at lower levels, to learn the grammar. I'm not going to lie. But for a business course, there is less focus on the grammar and more focus on the use of the grammar. And you'll learn it by doing it. And I think that's a really good adaptation, and it is present in this book. Okay, those are the main points which I think are positive about this book. And now I'm going to come back and talk about the cons, the negatives. So stay tuned. Okay, so we'll talk about the negatives of this book. And the first point I've made here, it doesn't come with an audio CD. This happens with so many of these English textbooks. They never come with the audio. And when you research the audio, you try to buy it off Amazon, they come in packs of CDs. They end up costing more than the actual book. Okay, so I have not invested in the audio for this book. I've worked around the listening activities. I either read them to the students, or I do like a conversation where we read the script to each other. If there's 2 or 3 participants in the conversation, in the listening activity, we simulate it ourselves, okay, which is not ideal, and I probably will invest in the audio at a later date. But yeah, with all of these English books, it's the business aspect of making money off these courses, right? The books cost whatever it is. I'm not going to quote prices because I don't know when you'll see this video. Prices will fluctuate, obviously. Yeah, to make real money, they sell audio CDs, which cost a lot of money. And that's really, really irritating. So yeah, it does not come with the audio. Let me make that very clear. This book does not come with audio. As it's a business course as well, another negative point is that it will go out of date quickly. All right? You'll need to always be checking when you're buying a business course book how modern it is. Okay, I mentioned before one of the units in the book here that I have was social media and business. 10 years ago, this would not have been in the book. Maybe not even 5 years ago, it would not have been in the book. So the difference is, yeah, if you're buying a second-hand book or a second-hand version of this book, just be careful, because it's not like a general English book when you can say, okay, you're learning the basic conversations about introducing yourself, talking about food, talking about travel, talking about your family. Whether the book is 5 years old, 10 years old, 25 years old, that's going to kind of be the same material that you're going to be using. With a business book, it changes constantly. So the influence of social media, online platforms, what would you call it, e-commerce has just exploded in the last decade. You'll need to be much more vigilant and see that your book, your material is up to date, because business evolves so rapidly. The books stay in date for a very short period of time when you compare them to the general English books. And well, I said it's a business course, so another negative that I could think of would be that it's pretty narrow, the focus. Okay, so if you're looking to improve your general conversation skills, if you're looking to talk about your travels, to be able to improve your conversation fluency, there is speaking, of course, but it's business speaking. There are readings, but they are business readings. Writing, but writing about business. So if you're looking to improve your general level, this book will not help you very much. Okay, this is very much focused only on business, which you could interpret as positive or negative, but just be aware you're not getting the broad spectrum of English. Okay, so that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that's of some use to you. So if you are, well, a quick summary. If you are a business professional, I would highly recommend this book, or the B1 equivalent or the C1 equivalent, depending on your level. It will really help you, and it will actually give you applicable knowledge. Okay, sometimes when you do a language course, you're talking about the weather and you're talking about your family history or something, and you think, when am I going to use this? Everything in this book, if you work in a company, everything that you will learn in here will be applicable. Okay, and just be careful. Be careful with the audio, of course, as I said. And if you're looking to improve your general level of English, probably look at another course like First Certificates or something like that. But for young people or people of any age looking to work in business or already working in business, this will be a fantastic opportunity for you. It's Cambridge. It will be accepted the same as First Certificate. And it's an official B2 qualification from Cambridge Language Assessment. So it comes from me, highly recommended. Any questions, guys, or any comments about this, you know where to find me. Just comment on the video. And if you have time, please give it a like and share it with your friends. And we'll speak again soon. Thanks, guys. See you.